Known for its otherworldly landscapes and incredible natural wonders, Iceland is a dream destination for adventure seekers, nature lovers, and landscape photographers. I spent 2 weeks visiting Iceland in October, exploring Reykjavik and visiting the must-see spots along Ring Road. In this guide, I'm sharing some of the best things to do in Iceland, along with some tips and recommendations to help you plan your perfect trip. Reykjavik is a vibrant city known for its architecture, colorful street art, and fun nightlife scene. After landing at Keflavik International Airport and picking up your rental car, you'll want to spend a few days exploring Iceland's capital before your road trip adventure along Ring Road. Here are some of the top things to do in Reykjavik. Rainbow Street. Located in the heart of downtown Reykjavik, Rainbow Street is hard to miss. Framed by charming shops and restaurants, it makes for a fun photo op in any direction. I'm sorry, but I'm not even going to try and pronounce this one, but this beautiful church is one of the most recognizable landmarks in Reykjavik. And a $10 ticket will buy you an elevator ride to the top, where you can enjoy panoramic views over Reykjavik. Sky Lagoon. Opened in 2021, Sky Lagoon is one of Iceland's newest geothermal pools. It's smaller than the famous Blue Lagoon, but much less crowded and has an upscale spa-like feel. It features volcanic rock formations with caves and waterfalls, and an incredible infinity edge that overlooks the Atlantic Ocean. I'm also going to give Blue Lagoon a mention, even though it was my least favorite thing to do in Iceland. I just felt it was way too touristy. Long lines, tons of tour buses. I would choose Sky Lagoon over Blue Lagoon any day. That being said, it is a famous attraction in Iceland, which might be reason enough to visit. Just expect the crowds. Alright, let's get to the next section, the top sites along Ring Road. This Ring Road itinerary goes counterclockwise from Reykjavik, starting along the southern coast. I will do my best and try to pronounce the names of some of these waterfalls and attractions, so just bear with me. Seljalandsfoss. Seljalandsfoss is a stunning waterfall located in the southern part of Iceland. It's one of the country's most famous and photographed waterfalls. What sets this waterfall apart is that you can walk behind it. You will get wet at this waterfall. In fact, you will get wet at most of the waterfalls mentioned on this list, so be sure to pack a rain jacket, good grippy shoes, and even waterproof wind pants to help keep you comfortable when visiting these waterfalls. Be sure not to miss this hidden gem, which is about a 10-minute walk from Seljalandsfoss along a trail. To reach this lesser-known waterfall, you'll have to wade through a shallow stream in a narrow gorge. Don't worry, it's easier than it sounds. You will get soaked, but it's absolutely worth it. Next is Skagafoss. Just a 20-minute drive from Seljalandsfoss, Skagafoss is a drop-dead gorgeous waterfall, and it was one of my favorite stops along Ring Road. The sheer size of the waterfall is impressive, and the double rainbows that often occur here make it even more special. Once you're done checking out the waterfall from the base, you can climb up a set of stairs along the side of the waterfall that take you to a viewing platform at the top of the falls. Just a 6-minute drive from Skagafoss is Kvernefoss. Just a short hike through a gorgeous canyon, you'll find this off-the-beaten-path waterfall. Compared to Seljalandsfoss and Skagafoss, there was much less people there, which was nice. It's also a waterfall that you can walk behind, so don't change out of your rain gear just yet. The next stop is Reynistfjara Beach. Reynistfjara is a section of coastline made up of black pebbles, sea carvings, and basalt columns. The columns in particular are very unique and make for a pretty awesome photo opportunity. This beach is also known for its sneaker waves, which are known to drag unsuspecting tourists into the freezing water. Always be cautious and never turn your back on the ocean. This canyon was another one of my favorite stops along Ring Road. It's absolutely stunning. A 2-mile round-trip trail takes you along the top of the canyon and has gorgeous views of the river below. Jökulsárlón is Iceland's most famous lagoon, and another must-see stop along Ring Road. This lagoon features towering crystal blue icebergs that have broken apart from the glacier. The scenery here is nothing short of awe-inspiring. I'm not exactly a fan of tours, but if you are going to do one, I recommend touring the crystal blue ice caves. Getting to the caves can be treacherous as far as the terrain, so a guided tour is the safest way to visit them. Even though the tour felt a little bit rushed, I would have loved to have spent more time in the caves and take more pictures. I still really enjoyed this experience. This small, picturesque coastal town is surrounded by snow-capped mountains and waterfalls. Don't miss Rainbow Road and the Blue Church, a fun spot to grab a few photos before loading up on coffee and pastries and hitting the road. Located in northeast Iceland, Dettifoss is Europe's second most powerful waterfall. The mist from this massive waterfall is visible from several miles away, as are the occasional rainbows that occur here. From the parking lot, you'll hike a short distance to the viewing platform, which has up-close views of the falls. We visited in October, and the road that takes you to Dettifoss was already snowy and slightly sketchy, but still drivable. If you are visiting in the winter, check the road conditions as closures due to snow and ice are common. Located on the east side of Lake Mývatn in northeast Iceland, this geothermal area will make you feel like you stepped onto another planet. The site features a walking platform that takes you past bubbling mud pools and colorful cracked terrain. The geothermal site is easy to spot. You'll see the smoke right from Ring Road, and it's just a quick turn off to the parking lot. Icelandic Horses. You'll see Icelandic horses all around Ring Road. The issue is that there's not always a spot to pull over and get an up-close encounter, and the horses are often on private land. The hotel that I stayed at in Húsavík had horses on the property, and they also offered horseback riding tours, which unfortunately I did not get to do due to time. Gottafoss is a spectacular horseshoe-shaped waterfall and a must-see stop in North Iceland. This waterfall is as popular as it is beautiful. The waterfall features a path that allows you to take in the views from the east and west sides. The famous Black Church. Budir is a famous black church in West Iceland, and it's also an iconic photography spot. And it just so happened to be right next to the hotel that I was staying at. The Cliffs of Arnarstapi. Located in West Iceland and designated as a natural reserve, Arnarstapi features miles of stunning coastline with views of jagged cliffs and sea arches. One of the most notable attractions is this impressive sea arch that juts out of the cliffs into the sea. And last on the list is Kirkjufelfoss. Kirkjufelfoss or Kirkjufelfoss might be the most photographed spot in Iceland, at least on the day that I went. When we arrived, there was a line of photographers with their tripods wrapped around the entire waterfall. I did find the waterfall and the surrounding scenery to be beautiful, but to be honest, I found it much less impressive than some of the other waterfalls that I visited. As far as how many days you should spend in Iceland, if you're planning on driving all of Ring Road and spending a few days exploring Reykjavik, I recommend spending at least 10 days in Iceland. Going for any less might feel a little bit rushed. I visited Iceland in October and it was a great time to go. The temperatures were mild and there wasn't much rain, and we were able to drive the entirety of Ring Road, although we did hit some snow on the north side. I hope you enjoyed my guide to Iceland. When I decided to make this video, I didn't realize just how hard it would be to pronounce all of the names of these attractions, so I'm really sorry if I butchered the name, if I butchered anything, which I know I did. Let me know if you're planning on visiting any of these places in the comments, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye guys.